All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me share the link on my camera just froze. I've been having a lot of issues with my webcam. Feel like I have to get a new one soon because it's been giving me a lot of issues lately. So let's see. All right, let's see, guys. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. All right. So I feel like today, it's going to be more like a chill live stream. We're going to answer some questions, like any questions that you guys might have. But at the end of the day, it is a bank holiday for USA. So I think like the volume is going to be super slow. So I don't think we're gonna see any trades. If there is a trade, then we might take it. I might take it on a secondary account. But other than that, I don't really think we'll see a trade, to be honest. Maybe if we look at gold, maybe we can get a trade because gold is traded like globally. But if we look at Nasdaq or US 30, S&P, which is mainly a New York pair, and now we have a bank holiday, I don't think it's going to move a lot. So let's see what we get today. But definitely have to wait. Definitely have to wait. All right, are you trading today? No, probably not trading today. Depending if we get like a clean setup, I might take it on like a secondary account, but definitely not on the main account. I'm not taking any trades today on the main account. Nasdaq looks a little bit bullish over here, to be honest. Thank you. We have this demand, but yeah, mainly I think I'm looking at gold. Before, when I used to trade forex, the only thing that I would look at in bank holidays was definitely GJ. It was the only pair that I was looking at. But yeah, but uh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can hear you properly. I think you can you hear me now? I put it closer to my mouth. Maybe you guys can hear me better now. But yeah, I was saying that before the only pair that I was trading when I was trading forex and we had like a bank's holiday or something like that. The only trading pair that I would watch was GJ, nothing else. Let me see how the okay, okay, you guys can hear me better. Okay, perfect. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, any questions, guys? I think I'm going to be here for like an hour or so. So any questions that you guys might have about the strategy, anything at all, man, you can just put on the chat. I'm going to be answering every single one of the questions that you guys put in there. If we get a trade live in the meantime, like on gold, maybe, then we might take it together, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Like on gold, if I was going to take a trade, I would like to see at least like one of these lows being broken. Maybe this low, which is London's low. If we break that low, let's say that we leave this supply right here. Maybe we can do something like this on gold, and then we can take a trade live. But other than that, if we don't see that, I don't think we will see a trade, to be honest. Cause yeah, how is everything is everything sounding good right now and everything? Let me see if I can switch it back because I had right here. Yep, I did it right here, guys, for you guys. So, do you guys like this set right here? Or do you guys like this? I don't know which one you guys like best. You like the full screen where you can see everything, like this one? I have the shadow open over here. Or do you guys like the previous one where you can see me and then you can see the screen a little bit smaller? Let me see. You only trade the pairs that are on your watch list? Yes. Those are the only pairs that I trade. Nasdaq, gold, US 30, SPX, and oil. Oil sometimes. Oil is not like a main pair that I do, but sometimes it has clean setups, so I try to look at it as well. You also see in the meantime, let's go to this one. All right, you guys like the full screen, right? Okay, 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 okay. I see. The one full screen. Can I see your indicators? This one is perfect. All right, sounds good, guys. Let me just copy some. All right, make sure that you guys leave a like because a like all always helps, guys. It's free and you guys don't know how much it helps because like YouTube is an algorithm that if you have many likes in your video, it pushes the video out there so we can have more people joining the live stream and everything. So and it's free. You guys don't have to pay anything for a subscription like Twitch or anything like that, you know. Full screen, full screen. Can I see your indicators? Let me show you the indicators. Let me leave it right here. So these are the indicators that I use, guys. So the first one is the sessions indicator, which mainly I put London session from 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. and then I have New York session on the time zone that I trade, like the time that I trade 7:30 a.m. to like 11 a.m. That's what I have here on blue on the sessions. Then I have the 3 MA, which are the 13 EMA, the 50 SMA, and the 200 EMA. Right, you guys can see it right there. 13 EMA, 50 SMA, 200 EMA. Make sure that you guys take a screenshot of this. I have many people asking me about the EMAs, and I have said it several times, but I feel like sometimes you might not see the video where I talk about it or anything, so it's alright. I'll show it again. And let me see another thing. Those are the indicators. And then the last one that I have, I barely use it, which is yesterday's high and low and open and closure. Yesterday open, high, low, closure, which that basically says if we are trading above yesterday's highs, below yesterday's low, anything like that. You know, sometimes that helps to know because maybe we're above yesterday's highs and we're looking bullish. You don't want to be taking any supplies, you know. But I barely use it right now because I can use tell if we're looking bullish or not based on market structure and the EMAs as well. All right, this one is perfect. All right, perfect. How do you find supply and demand setups? Do you have to wait until a break of structure? Yes, you do have to wait until a break of structure. Because that's when you get your best, like your high quality supply and demand. Like if you have a, let's say you're sitting right here, right, and you're taking a supply right here. Let's say, for example, we left a supply right here but you don't have any break of structure. We didn't break this low on this push to the downside. This can pretty much be like, let's say, for example, a channel to the upside. So whenever you come over here, it might fake out and then break to the upside once again. You know, and then maybe it keeps after that going up, whatever it wants to do. But it never showed you like it wanted to go down. Whenever it breaks structure, like let's say it ended up doing something like this instead. It broke this low right here and then came back over here to the supply. Now it is telling you like, hey, we are trending to the downside because we keep making lower lows. We started making a lower low right now. So whenever you get a break of structure, is whenever you will get the best or the high quality supply and demand setups. If you don't have a break of structure, how do you know that the trend is going that way? You know, if you got a break of structure, that's your clue. Like, hey, we broke structure to the downside. Let's take a sell. Where's the supply? We don't have any supply. There is no setup. If we got a supply after a break of structure, then there is a good setup. Plus, if you also get, let's say, this was the supply left, right there. Let's put it right here. Let's put it something like this, for example. Bam, bam, and then we broke structure, right? We broke this low right here, right here. So you know that this supply sellers might be interested, and this was a high. This is going to be a high probability, of course, if it has gaps and everything of like that. But it's going to be high probability because it created a whole new low. So meaning that it was a lot of selling pressure when the price got to that level. So whenever this price comes back to this level, maybe we got sellers interested in that level again to sell off, and maybe you can get your 1 to 1, 1 to 2, or whatever it is. So yeah, basically like that. You do need a break of structure for your high probability supply and demand. How do you establish directional bias? Do you take supply flip to demand trace and vice versa? No, I don't take. I know what you're saying. Like I think ICT takes like inverted gaps or something like that. FVG maybe. Like let's say you had a bullish FVG and then we broke structure to a downside. You can use that same bullish FVG as an inverted FDG to go to the downside. No, I don't use that. I don't use that. Definitely not. I have to see a supply like being the last green candle before a bearish push, or a demand being the last red candle before a bullish push. And the bias, I see it based on the break of structures, like if we are breaking highs, if we're breaking lows, and what are the EMAs doing. If the 200 is like this, for example, flat, I know that we are most likely consolidating. If I have the 200, the 13, and the 50 in the middle right here, like I like to see them lined up, I know that we're bullish. If we have, for example, let's say the 200 right here, then we have the 50 and then the 13. I know that most likely we're ranging, but we might be break instruction to the upside. For example, we might starting a trend right now, because the 13 moves first than the other two. So whenever you have like the 13, the 200, and then the 50, you know, like maybe the price is doing something like this. It started coming up, but you only have the 13 right here. The 200 is still here and the 50 is still at the bottom, since we was here at one point. So yeah, it just depends on the EMAs and if we're getting break of structures or not. That's what definitely guides me the most. Um, Let me see. Hi, bro. Hey, how you doing? Hope I did not miss anything. Nothing at all. We just started. So any questions you guys can put in the chat. If we get a trade, we take the trade together. If we don't get a trade, I am forcing anything today because of bank holiday. But yeah, mainly to answer questions and everything. What do you do when you find a setup on M5? I don't know why my webcam keeps freezing, man. Definitely have to do something to this webcam or buy a new one soon. What do you do when you find a setup on M5 with the indicators aligning but going against the 1 hour and 4 hour time frame? Good question. That's a good question. Okay, so um, let me remove this really quick. And let me remove the EMAs as well. So just because we hit a 1 hour demand or a 1 hour supply, it doesn't mean that it is going to hold. For sure. I don't remember. I think it was on Friday. Which trade did I took on Friday? I forgot. I forgot what pair it was. But I think he had like a 1 hour. Oh no, maybe it was SPX. 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 I think on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. On Thursday, maybe, yeah, right here on Thursday. Would it have been on Thursday? Yes. Yeah, yes. Okay. So this was a trade. Let's go back to Thursday where I took the SPX trade for so I can show you guys what I'm saying. All right. So this is SPX on Thursday. What do we see? Look at my 5 minute. My 5 minute is having a demand right here. Everything is lining up. Look at the EMAs. We are breaking highs. This is the low right here. We respect it right here. We never broke this low, and we keep breaking, like, if you guys can see, high, 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 and now we just created a new higher high, and we left the demand. But when I look at the 4 hour chart, like, look at this 4 hour chart. What do we have over here? We just have a 4 hour supply. Do we have a breakout structure for that 4 hour supply? Yes, we do. Right here, this is a low, this is another low. We broke both of those lows right here, and now we're coming back to that supply. So yes, that's a high probability supply on the 4 hour chart. But just because we have a 4 hour supply or a 1 hour supply, it doesn't mean that it is going to hold. I'm still watching it. I'm still going to take my 5 minute trade like I did right here. So we know that's the 4 hour right there. I marked down, that's a 4 hour. So let's see what happened. We tapped into the 4 hour and we rejected. So after we reject it, we come into the 5 minute. I like the 5 minute. I like to take my trades on the 5 minute. So if I have a setup on the 5 minute short, I'm going to take it. Here's where it stopped. So my entry is going to be like right here, and then we're going to have a stop loss right there and aim for a 1-to-1. Even though we already tapped the 4 hour and we're rejecting a 4 hour, I'm still going to take it if I get the break of candle. I'm going to be waiting for a break of candle. I'm definitely not going to go getting aggressive because we just tapped into a 4 hour supply. This can easily start rejecting, coming back down, invalidate this setup, and I simply didn't take a trade. But if it gives me a candle break, I'm taking it. Why? Because my session is looking bullish. My EMAs are aligning, everything is aligning, and it doesn't mean that the 4 hour supply has to hold. Just because we reach a 4 hour, it has to hold. No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. The same way that on the 5 minute short, you get supply and demands that get disrespected and we break right through. Same thing can happen on the 4 hour and 1 hour supply and demand levels. And the main thing that I'm looking at is reaction. I'm looking to see what the price is doing when it reaches my zone. Right here, look how it reached my zone. It went all the way to the middle of the zone and it ended up closing outside. I like that. It left a huge wick, like showing support. I like that. Buyers are stepping in. So whenever I see that, I'm taking my break of candle with confidence. But the main thing that I'm doing right here after I take the trade is I understand what I need for this trade to win. I know that we're sitting at a 4 hour supply. I don't want this trade to do something like this and consolidate. I don't want this trade to start coming back and down and then up and then down. Bullshit like that. I don't want that. I want the trade to start pushing up. If we're really going to see buyers after we had these 2 weeks inside the zone and never close a candle inside, and we have a 4 hour supply that we're trying to disrespect, I don't need any consolidation. I need push to the upside. I need a push to the upside. So I'm watching it closely, and when I see this candle, I'm like, okay, I like that. We just went above the previous high right here. I like that shit. If we go below this candle right here, below that low, I'm cutting my loss. I'm ready. I don't know if you guys can see it on Instagram. The day that I took this trade, I posted it and I had a line literally right here because I know that if the price comes back and breaks that candle low, there is no reason for me to stay in the charts waiting for my stop loss to be hit. Most likely if we break this low is because this is getting respected and we're going to go back down. So I have a line right there. That's even though my stop loss is going down here, if we break this low, I'm going to be debating if I'm going to close early or not, so I can save a little bit over here on this loss. All right, and then the next candle starts pushing to the upside. I don't like that rejection if I'm being honest, but next candle is crucial. I'm trying to see what the next candle is doing. Look how we got super close to invalidating that 4 hour supply. Like for me to invalidate it, it has to tap the top of the supply box. And then the next candle starts coming back down, and look how after it broke the low, so it gave a candle break over here to the downside, and then it ended up closing with a lot of bullish momentum. I need the next candle to start pushing up as well. Whenever it starts pushing up, now we invalidated that supply. And we came all the way back down just to close bullish here once again. So whenever I'm seeing this kind of stuff, I'm like, okay, buyers are stepping in because look how the 4 hour supply is trying to hold, and every time that it comes back down and gives a break of the candle, buyers step in and end up closing bullish. And then the next candle literally ended up being a huge bullish candle to the upside, and then the next candle hit TB. But I understood from the starting point what I needed. I didn't need any consolidation or anything to come close to like my stop loss or anything like that. I wasn't going to hold based on hopes or anything like that. I was going to hold based on my technical analysis. I need push to the upside so we can invalidate this 4 hour supply, if that makes sense for you guys. And that's a very nice question. Whoever asked that. US steady looking bullish. Yeah, kind of. Um, you left Doyle's Discord? No, I haven't left Doyle's Discord. I still like to be there because I'm still a learner at the end of the day. I like to see the webinars because now I'm on the stage and I'm trying to move to investments and everything. So whenever he talks about that, I like to see it and all that stuff. Like later on the day, I'm going to open an LLC. Literally after I finish this live stream, I'm on the way to the accountant, so I can open an LLC, so I can save money on taxes as well. And then next year, I'm probably going to start investing a little bit more. So that's why I like also to be close to Doyle. Like at the end of the day, I learned from that man. So even if I'm still on the Discord and I'm not even taking his trades, I'm taking my own trades. I like to be there as well, just to kind of learn and use it as a guidance. You know what I'm saying? Um, any trades today? As of right now, nothing at all. Let me see gold. Okay, gold is on nothing right now. I need gold. If gold is going to be looking bullish, I need gold to break these highs over here. Short London highs. Do you analyze volume imbalances in the market? Yes, I need imbalances or gaps is how I call it in front of my supply and demand setups to be a high probability supply and demand setup. Alright guys, don't forget to leave a like, okay? As I was saying, it helps out a lot. So if you guys are enjoying the live stream and everything and you want to see this more often, make sure that you leave a like as well. Watch Nasdaq. Let's see what Nasdaq is doing. Yeah, Nasdaq is going to the upside, but we don't have anything on Nasdaq right now. Like any clean setup on. Oh shit, sorry, I was watching the wrong thing. We kind of have like one demand over here and another demand and another demand. So we have three in a row. I want to see how Nasdaq reacts to like these highs over here. Let's see if he wants to like reject them or create a new higher high, and then we can see we can go from there. What factors determines the price of XAU USDs of gold? Many factors like banks are the ones that move, and these big institutions are the ones that move the market. But like any news related with like USD can definitely move gold a lot. Like any CPI on USA, any like interest rates hikes or something like that, they can definitely move gold a lot in the price. So yeah. Bro, can you increase your mic volume? I thought I had it like close. Sorry, I'm sorry. Do you consider week break as break of structure, or you wait for a candle to close below? No, no, a week above it or a week below it is considered it a break of structure for me, for sure. I don't need it to close. If it closes, the better it is, because if it only wicks and then ends up closing not below the previous low or something like that, it might be a liquidity graph. But if it closes completely below it, below the previous low, then that's already a clean break of structure. But if it wicked above it, that's already a new high. You know what I'm saying? It already reached. Like, let's say you had a high over here on this wick, and then we just wicked above it and ended up closing below it. That's still a new high, a new price that we touched that was higher than the previous time that we went to that level. If you guys can get what I'm saying. Hi Brian, can you when you close partials, how much does it mean? Like 50 or 75%? That's a good question. It depends on whatever you guys are willing to close. So if you guys are willing to close, I don't know, 50%, 75%, that's all up to you. Usually, if I have two contracts, I might close one. If I have four, I might close two and then leave two. Um, if I have three, I close one and leave two. That's how I do it usually. It depends on the contracts that I have open, and the contracts that I open depend on the stop loss size that I have on my trade. I always try to risk between $500 and $600 every trade. Let's see. I think the mic sound should be better now. I don't know if you guys can put it yes in the chat. Please save the stream on your channel to help us. Those who have network issue at the moment, great content. I appreciate it. Yep, I will leave it right there in the channel. No problem with that. Watch Nasdaq, bro. Please record this. Yes, it will be recorded. To find how to find higher time frame confluence. All right. So to find higher time frame confluence, you just basically need to go to like the 1 hour in 4 hour and see the same kind of setups that you're looking at on the 5 minute, like high probability supply and demands. That's what you're trying to look for. So, and you also don't want like a zone to be too old. Like let's say we had, let me see what kind of example I can put for you guys. If we find one in the meantime, like let's say we have a demand right here. All right, give it a take. That's a 1 hour demand. It doesn't mean that when we come back down here, I'm going to be paying attention to that 1 hour demand. I'm definitely not going to be paying attention. That's super old. So you don't want to see something like super old. You want to see something fresh, something from like the past couple of days, maybe like 5 days or so. So you don't want to see anything too old because it might get disrespected. Like even something like this 1 hour supply, like it look where we went all the way back down here. This was on August 28th. We came back the next day, but we it took so long. Like, look how many candles we had before we came back over here. That is it gets disrespected. Even though it was the previous day, it gets disrespected. So what you want to see is like a 1 hour, like this, for example. Look at this. This one was fresh. We created the 1 hour and only took 1 and 2 hours to come back. That is good because that's a 1 hour demand right there that was fresh. We broke structure to the upside right here. We came back in 2 hours. That's something good. It didn't take long like this one. So whenever you see something like that, you try to go to the 50 minute and you try to see, like, do we have a 50-minute setup? No, we don't. Now you go to the 5 minute. Do we have a 5 minute setup in here? We don't have a high probability 5 minute. So whenever I'm taking a trade over here, let's say I'm going to be looking at what are we doing when we come into the zone? Like, are we breaking structure to the upside? Are we doing something, you know, like, are we looking bullish whenever we reject? Are we rejecting the zone or whatever? And then you definitely have a demand right here that you had like a break of structure right here with this wick, came back, gave you a break of the candle, and then went to the upside. But basically, you're trying to scale it down from the 1 hour, 4 hour to like the 50 minute, 5 minute. If you don't find anything to scale it down inside the zone, like in this case that we didn't have anything, we are going to be looking at the reaction whenever it comes to the demand. I'm trying to see break of structures on the 5 minute short and then setups being formed for me to take the trade. Because now I have a 5 minute being created and we have confluence on the 1 hour. And this is the problem we have in several demands. Like you guys were showing me right now, demand, demand, demand. Look at the first one. We just invalidated that, so we just have to wait and see what's going on. Sometimes when also I have these like three setups back to back on the 5 minute, I try to go to the 15 minute and see if we have a 15 minute demand. If we don't have a 15 minute demand, that what I'm trying to see, if we have a 15 minute demand that is in confluence with one of the 5 minute demands, if you guys get what I'm saying. So if I get, like, let's say I have a 15 minute demand right here in the middle, and I also have a 5 minute demand right there in the middle, I'm liking that one because that one is going to have a 5 minute with 15 minute confluence. So I also like to see, look at that as well. But other than that, Nasdaq didn't break these highs, so we're still waiting. If it doesn't break those highs, I don't think I'm going to be taking any setups. Which anyways is still looking low on volume. Like, bank holiday, definitely not the move. And gold, I need gold. Like, if gold is really going to give us something today, I need a break of here or a break of here, mainly on gold. Waiting for break of structures. That's what's going to show you. Um, which prop firm are you with? I use Apex. I have a couple of accounts with Apex, and I also have an account with TopStep. Just one with TopStep. All right, guys, make sure to leave a like. As always, this is going to be recorded, so you guys can watch it later. I do this type of stuff to help you guys out. I could be sleeping in the morning today, and since it is a bank holiday, I'm most likely not going to be trading. I could be sleeping right now, and I woke up early to do a live stream for you guys, all right? So, and help you guys out. So if you guys can appreciate that and leave a like, I really, really, really appreciate it as well. Um, you're still on Thursday for gold. What you mean on Thursday for gold? I don't get that one. Oh, if like maybe on the short that was still on Thursday for gold. Maybe that's what you were saying. Sir, do you have a fair value gaps? FVGs, or I use call it gaps. Like the gaps, I use like to see whenever I have a supply and demand. I like to see like this is the supply. I like to see that we have a gap right here that we need to fill, so that we come fill the gap, tap the supply, and then go in my direction after that. No sound. I think you're tripping. I know the mic might be low, but the problem is I don't, since it is a headset, I don't want to put the volume up over here on the app that I have, because then you guys going to have a lot of background noise, and I don't want you guys to be listening to something like like that, literally. You briefly discussed invalidating trades. What are the early signs telling you to close a trade? All right, that's a nice question. That's a nice question. So the early signs of invalidation of me wanting to close a trade, like telling me to close a trade, or breaking lows. That's the that's definitely the easiest one that you guys can get. Like if you guys are breaking lows, if you get like a break of candle to the upside, let's say you're taking a demand and it breaks the candle to the upside, it breaks the candle high, you get into the trade, and then immediately you start, like going down and breaking lows or something like that. Definitely not a good sign. You don't want to see your demand to get respected, you getting an entry and then it starts breaking lows. Like let's say this trade over here that I took on gold. I took this trade on gold. I'm trying to see. This is my entry right there. So the trade went up, right? It went on my favor, almost hitting TP, and then it rejected. Now, this is the thing. Look how we just closed this bullish candle. Just closed above the 13 and the 50. All right, and it started pushing to the upside, breaking these highs, and even breaking this candle high right here. If we ever break below this point right here, which is the low of that bullish candle, most likely the trade is not going to work out. If we break that low, we are going to be breaking not only the low of the bullish candle that started going to the upside and made the push, but we also broke below the 13, below the 50. So most likely that's going to be a sign that the trade is not going to work out. In the other hand, you also have a 1 minute. I like to also use the 1 minute. I like to look at the 1 minute and see what's going on the 1 minute. I know that we have a 1 minute right there. If this 1 minute gets disrespected, like we start breaking below this point right here, most likely it's not going to work out. And look at the 1 minute, it disrespected it right there. And whenever it disrespected it, it also broke the low. Now, how we saw that we had this, let me see, another thing on the 3 minute. We had a demand right here on the 3 minute. I explained this on the video. You guys can go watch it. But we had a 3 minute. And then the 5 minute closed bullish. All right, we still close above the 13 and the 50. Now that we close with rejection to the downside, we close above the 13 and the 50. Next candle, what I'm thinking right now, next candle has to push to the upside. Next candle needs to break this high and start pushing to the upside. If by any means we come back down here and break this low, I'm getting out of the trade no matter what, because at that point we are already going to be invalidating this rejection or this reaction from the 3 minute demand. If we break that low, we're going to be invalidating that 3 minute demand, and we're also going to be breaking below the 13 and the 50 on the 5 minute, and we're going to keep breaking lows to the downside. So at that point the trade is not going to be looking good at all. So whenever this next candle was like that, and especially how it closed, look how it closed. We closed below the 13 and the 50 and breaking candle lows after it already gave you a candle break of to the high. Like if you trade the 3 minute, you're entering right here on that candle break, and you just lost. You just went to your stop loss on the 3 minute. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, it's invalidating the 3 minute. It already invalidated the 1 minute. We're breaking EMAs. We're breaking lows. I don't need this shit. I'm getting out. And that's where I got out. Exactly where it broke that low. And look at the next candle. Literally went all the way to the downside with a lot of momentum. And instead of losing $600, I ended up losing $250 because I know when to cut the loss. I know when the setup is not looking good at all. I don't need candle lows to be candles to break lows. You know what I'm saying? I need candles to break high and go in my direction. That's what I need. So yeah, good question right there. How do you keep yourself motivated when going through a losing streak, and what was the longest losing streak with supply and demand? Um, I mean, you just gotta know that losing is part of the game. Like I know we hate to lose because it's around money. Like we have money involved. Nobody likes to lose money. Trust me, I don't like to lose money neither. But you have to think about it. That's a risk that you're taking every time that you come into the market. You're risking money to make money. So whenever you lose, you just gotta realize like, okay, today was a losing day. Let's come back tomorrow. And then when you come back tomorrow, forget what happened today. If you won and made $1,000, or if you lost and lost $300 or $500, whatever, Forget about what happened today. It's a new day in the market. Try to get a win. That's what I'm always trying to do. And also don't come with expectations. I don't come to the market like, okay, today I'm gonna make $1,000. I don't do that neither. I'm just trying to get a win. Whatever the market can give me, that's what I'm trying to get. Um, and yeah, use to keep yourself motivated. Use treat every day like a different day, and make sure that use proper risk management. If you use proper risk management and you risk 1% per trade, for example, I guarantee you guys that it will be easier because you're not going to be taking huge hits and you're going to lose trades. Every strategy loses. Every trader loses trades. That's part of the game. That's like being on a football team and not wanting to lose any game in the season. You're of course going to lose a game, and even on the playoffs, like if you're playing a finals or something like that, best of five, you're going to lose a game. All right, most likely. So you treat it like that. It was a loss. How can we learn from it? Move on. And if you have a losing period, make sure that you guys don't change your strategy, nothing like that. That's going to be one of the biggest mistakes that you guys can do. Switch your strategy just because you're in a losing period. Those things happen. You just gotta again use proper risk management, and eventually everything is going to come back. I promise. Like you might think, oh shit, am I losing this? Am I getting worse in the market? Am I like do I do not know how to trade now? Or what's going on? But no, it's not that. Sometimes you have like weeks that are super trash and you cannot get clean setups, and most of them are losing, and that's fine. That's fine. Those periods are going to come, so you just be ready for it. So whenever it happens, it doesn't take you by surprise. As long as you have like proper risk management, you will be fine. I promise. What's your win rate? I have like a 70%. I would say like 60 to 70. Let's see what the win rate is. So we got 22 episodes plus the first one, so 23 episodes, and we have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So 6 losses on 23 episodes. So day 0 and day 22, that's 23 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses on 22 days. So we definitely have a we have like a 70% right now, like a 73% win rate, at least on the series that we're doing. So yeah, that's what I usually get, like 60 to 70%. What about Nasdaq, man? 8 a.m. candle. Let me see. 8 a.m. candle on Nasdaq. 755, you mean? That 755 candle right there. I mean, the only thing that I don't like is that Nasdaq looks like it's rejecting these highs over here, and we also don't have any EMAs like holding the price right there. Like if we had the 50 right here and the 13, for example, or at least the 13, or at least the 50, maybe that could help. But again, it's super small. Maybe holds, but I don't think I'll be taking anything like that. Especially not today. I'm being extremely careful today. If I'm going to take something, it has to be something super clean. What if we enter a trade after a candle break in a demand setup but a stop loss gets triggered, even though the price remains within the demand zone and later the market holds and moves up? I would think that's the word, right? So if you lose the trade, like let's say like it hits stop loss, but it still didn't invalidate the demand, and then it starts pushing up, you can evaluate it by yourself. You can, oh, should I re-enter the trade? You can re-enter the trade. Like if let's say Nasdaq comes over here right now with this candle, and then the next candle push up and break this candle high, and I get in. But then the next candle comes back down and hits my stop loss, but never touched the bottom of the box, so it didn't invalidate the bottom of the box. And then the next candle pushes down a little bit, and then it starts pushing up and up and up and up, and you have a candle high right here. You can evaluate, okay, if it breaks that candle high, I'm going to enter again on the trade and give it a second try. And then if it gives you an entry right here, you enter the trade and put your stop loss on the lowest point once again, and then you aim for your 1-to-1 or a little bit more just to cover the previous loss. That's something that you have to evaluate. I usually don't like to re-enter trades. I just take one trade and be done for the day, because when you re-enter a trade, like it already got invalidated once, it already hit your stop loss once for a reason. So if it already hit your stop loss, I'm already not liking that. I like my supply and demands to look clean, to like tap the demand, starts pushing to the upside and like go straight to the upside. I don't like them to like lose, consolidate, and give me another re-entry and then consolidate maybe after that. I don't like that. If it already lost once, that is the reason why it lost. Maybe it's not a lot of buyers holding that level. So that's why I don't like to re-enter. If it lost, I might evaluate another setup to take it that same day, or I might move on, like come back tomorrow or something like that. All right. The target, for example, in the Euro USD trade on August 27, 345. What do you think about? I don't know what that question is. Oh, that came with the previous question. Okay, yeah. I want to start trading, but I don't know anything. Can you guide me where to start learning? You gotta start on YouTube. Like, easiest way to start is just looking at YouTube videos and everything. It's free to just go on YouTube and find great content. There is a lot of bad content in YouTube, and I made a lot of videos on my stories in Instagram the other day talking about it. But there is definitely good content as well. So yeah, start on YouTube, I will say, and then maybe you can see if someone has a course. I will recommend like Doyle's course if you're like beginner. I don't have a course, so I don't sell any course. And yeah, you start learning and learning, and then don't rush the process. That's definitely the biggest mistake that people make. You want to come here and make money tomorrow, and that's not how it works. You gotta take it slow. If not, you're going to be losing a lot of money. I promise you. It's okay. Problem was on my end. No problem. How many are from India here? I think I have a lot of people from India following me. Wow, win rate, or I already say MMQ looking good right now. When leaving runners, how do you trade your stop loss? When leaving runners, you want to trail it like the same way that I use it for like candle breaks. But the problem with runners is that when you're leaving a runner, let's say this is a demand, and then it rejects, goes to the upside, and it hits your one-to-one, you already close partials. You have a probability of this having a pullback before going to the upside once again. Like let's say on Friday, I believe it was, maybe SPX on on Thursday. So if you're leaving runners right here on that setup that I took on Thursday, let's say you close your partials at one to one, and then you're leaving runners for 1 to 1.5. You have the risk that this is going to have a pullback first to then go to the upside, just like how it did right here. Sometimes it's going to go straight to the upside, but that doesn't happen too often. But you will have a pullback and then sometimes go to that. So if you want to hold through this consolidation and that period of pullback and stuff, you got to be ready for it. You cannot be having your stop loss right here, for example, because you're going to stop out and then go in your favor. So when you're leaving runners, I would say the best thing that you can do, close partials and leave the rest on break even. Put your stop loss on break even, and then just aim for that runner. You can be aiming for gaps to be filled. You can be aiming for a supply, whatever you want to do. But when leaving runners, definitely do that. Put your close your partials and then put your stop loss and break even. That's going to be the easiest way. If you start trailing, most likely you can get stopped out to then the price going in your favor. Yes, you're always doing 1 on 1 or 1 to 2 sometimes too. Sometimes 1 to 2, sometimes 1 to 1.5, depending if I need to cover like previous losses or something like that. If I need to cover losses, I'm definitely holding longer, like the trade that I took last Friday on not the previous, not last week, but the other week. This one I was coming from a losing week, like losing a couple days, so I definitely held for a 1 to 2 on this trade. My stop loss right there under that low, and I held for exactly a 1 to 2, and it even gave me more. Like I held for a 1 to 2, and it kept going to the upside. But I definitely had to hold. I'm not closing at a 1 to 1, and I didn't close anything at 1 to 1. I held the full trade for a 1 to 2 because I had a couple losses that I needed to cover. So whenever I had losses, I'm not closing anything at 1 to 1. I'm leaving full thing for a 1 to 1.5 or something a little bit more. Do you ever let trades hit your stop loss, or you always cut losses short? Sometimes I let them hit stop loss. Sometimes I have like an EMA in the middle that I'm trying to see if it is going to react of it, and then my stop loss is sitting right below the EMA or the SMA, and I just let it hit it because I'm planning for that EMA to hold as support. If it doesn't hold and it hits my stop loss, that's fine. I took a full hit, but at the end of the day, I had it in a place where I know that it was safe because I have an EMA above it. If the price comes below the EMA and hits my stop loss, most likely that was already a loss. And sometimes I take supply and demands, like supply right here. This candle comes, next candle gives me the break of the candle, and then the next candle literally goes up and hits my stop loss. There's no way to cut that. No way to cut that because I have my stop loss sitting above the high over here. And if you guys were paying attention where I was explaining how to cut losses short, um, I like to see like the breaks. Are we breaking highs? Like if we're coming on the supply and we already broke a low right here and gave me an entry, I don't want to see any highs being broken. And where is my highs? My highs are literally my stop loss. So if we ever break a high right here, I'm closing the trade, yes, but I'm closing it taking the full hit because we didn't have any other candle. Like let's say we had a next candle that had a high right here and then pushed down. Now my stop loss or my level to cut the losses short is going to be right here. So now I'm saving this room right here on money, if you guys see what I'm saying. But if the next candle, like let's say this third candle after my entry, just pushed up and broke that candle high, there is no way for me to cut it. So sometimes I do have to take a full hit, and I do have to leave it for a full hit, no matter what. What do you think about their relay-based rally zone? Do they tend to hold up effectively? I don't know what that is. I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I don't really know what that is. How long have you been trading and for how long have you been profitable? So I've been trading for around 2 years and a little bit, and I've been profitable for the last probably like 7, 8 months. Just when I decided to stop the bullshit, to stop losing money and get like discipline was the worst thing for me. Getting discipline, being patient was the thing that I had to work on the most. And I feel like many of you guys have the same problems because you come here to make money and then at the end of the day, it's another thing. You gotta take it slow because if not, the market is going to crush you. So you guys see another demand got invalidated right there on Nasdaq. See what gold is doing? Gold is looking okay right now. GU demand. I don't trade forex right now, but let's watch GU demand. Let's see what's going on. Guys, make sure that you guys leave a like, please. I would really appreciate it if you guys can leave a like. That really helps a lot. GU demand. Are you talking about like this win right here? This gave a win, but it didn't have any break of structure or anything like that. And the EMA was looking flat, like 200 looking flat on this consolidation. So yeah, GU is on the range, definitely this range right here on GU. If we break above it, then maybe this demand can be a good setup for GU. But yeah, please leave a like if you guys can. I would really appreciate that for sure. Window is also tap 1 hour 1 hour demand. Oh, we yeah, you're talking about GU as well. Oh yeah, it did tap the 1 hour demand. It did tap a 1 hour demand, and we also have the 200 and the 13 EMA right there. Oh shit! So this is one of the things you guys see. This 5 minute right here, which is one of the things that I was talking about on taking confluence with the higher time frames. This 5 minute right here doesn't have a breaker structure. If you wanted that 5 minute to be a clean setup, it needed to break these highs before topping that demand. But look how we are coming from a 1 hour demand right here, literally. So how we're coming from a 1 hour demand that we just tapped, and we have some EMA's confluence right there, and now we're creating demands on the 5 minute, and we broke above the EMAs. Most likely, it can be a good setup to take because you're taking it based on the 1 hour confluence. So sometimes it will help out like this, even without break of structure. And look how it's going to the outside, like it's literally, man, it's killing it. GU, it wasn't that clean, I will say it, but it definitely gave a good win, like a good run to the upside for sure. Let me switch this up a little bit so I can do something really quick. If you guys can put in the chat, and then I'm trying to copy some tags over here that I have to do first. But yeah, let's see. Golden Man who has played out. Will you take the Golden Man that has played out? Let me see what Golden Man. We'll check that out right now. We'll check that out right now. Let me copy some tags to put on this on this on this live stream. Your 3MA, all of them. SMA, not all of them. Only the 50 SMA, which is the one, the red one that I have. The other one is the 13 EMA and the 200 EMA. Can you explain your support, resistance setups, and liquidity setups? Yeah, we can go over those right now. Amigos, 1 second. Liquidity graph and support setups, they're super like similar. I can say that. They're super similar, to be honest. Let me see if it lets me do this by any chance. Alright. Um, let me, wow. Why do you not start with Forex? I did start with Forex. No abro la puerta, estoy en live. Estoy en live, está la cámara puesta, brother. Bueno, no tengo. Sorry, guys. My dad is always on the same thing. um, let me see. I did start with Forex. That's what I was saying right now. I did start with Forex. Because Forex, the thing that I hate the most about parents, like, bro, I literally locked the door. Why the fuck are you in my room? Like, I locked the door for a reason. Jesus, and it's always the same shit. Like, sometimes you guys don't see it, but sometimes I'm doing videos as well, and they're walking on my videos. Like, bro, what are you doing? For real. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we was talking about right now. Your support and resistance and liquidity graphs. Like liquidity graphs, what you're mainly trying to do is you're trying to look at highs or lows that are being like broken, but we never like close past them. So like let's say you have, I don't know, let me see if we can find a clean liquidity graph or something like that. And you basically want to go with the trend as well. Like for example, this was a clean liquidity graph. All right. So look how we had this high that just got broken right here. So we created a higher high. Then we had these lows right here that we tried to break them, but we never closed past them. So how we never closed past them, and we also have the EMAs to the upside, like lining up. It gave a huge bullish candle to the upside, and then your next candle was a candle break. Look at that. One-to-one hit as well. But you're coming from a bullish momentum. You're looking from bullish market structure as well. So everything is bullish. You definitely want to take liquidity graph going with the trend. You don't want them to take it. Sometimes counter trend will hit, but I don't like it too much. And for the support and resistance, it's kind of the same thing. This can also be called like a support right there. It was a level of support that held right there. We never closed past below it, so it held and you started pushing to the upside. It's just simply like that. But liquidity graph, the difference is it goes down and wicks below the low, like hitting stop losses. Let's say people bought over here, buyers stepped in over here, and they have the stop loss right here below that zone. This liquidity graph, it stops them out and then never close below it, and then you start going in your favor after that. That's the whole basically the whole thing about liquidity graph. And then in support and resistance, you don't have to go all the way down here to like a stop loss hunt or whatever. You just have to not close below the level of support. If it doesn't close below the level of support and gives you a candle break, that's still a valid support and resistance level, or support level in this case. Gold setup, I don't see any gold setup right now. Nothing at all, nothing clean. 15 minute, nothing at all. We're looking bearish on the 15 minute on gold. Looking 1 hour, 1 hour we might be looking bullish on gold because we had this high, the new low, then we just broke the highs. The only thing I need gold to do is just break highs and give me a demand so I can take it to the upside potentially. But as of right now, nothing. If we get a clean setup, I promise, guys, we're going to take it together. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If we get a clean setup, we're going to take it together. Nasdaq doesn't have anything clean as of right now, like not demand or nothing. SPX, nothing. Oil, oil, oil had a nice bearish run on Friday. Might be two type of things that oil might want to do. It might want to go and fill some gaps over here, or it might want to keep up with the trend. Hmm. We gotta watch out to see if if oil can break like these lows right here. If it can break these lows right here, then we gotta see if we get a supply on oil. Can be something okay. Oh, camera is frozen. Appreciate it for telling me. It keeps freezing. I don't know why. Facecam. Like I have to switch this webcam. I have to buy a new one. Probably order it today. Bro, do you go to the gym? Not really. Sometimes, but not like that often. To be honest, I used to go to the gym a lot. I used to go to the gym a lot, but then I stopped going to the gym. I stopped going to the gym, and then it's been hard to like get the routine back. To be honest, if I'm being honest, but I do here and there used to stay a little bit healthy and stuff, but not that much, bro. What do you think of trading live on YouTube for the 100 days challenge? Um, man, not really a team because I definitely want to be focused on what I'm doing in taking the setups. I feel like I'm already doing a lot just by breaking them down every single day, every time that I take it. But here and there, like next year, when I move to like full-time trading, maybe we can do something like that. Maybe we can do something like that. Maybe we can do like a 30-day challenge of trading live, like 30 days trading live on YouTube. Definitely down for that. Why did you leave Forex? Mainly bullshit. Bullshit was the main reason that made me leave Forex. Like, bullshit with the prop firms, bullshit with the brokers, everything like that. That's the main thing that made me leave Forex for real. Like, and then I came into futures, and futures it has been all nice until now. I have no issues. I've had no issues. The first issue that I had right when I came into futures was that Apex was freezing accounts because TradoBait, they had a problem with TradoBait and shit, and I was kind of tight that week. Like, I'm like, man, I'm moving away from bullshit just to come into more bullshit. Supposedly, futures are regulated, and look at the bullshit that we're getting over here. I didn't come to futures for that. If I wanted all this bullshit, I would have stayed on Forex. I was tight that week. I ain't gonna lie. I was really, really, really mad that week. But it got fixed, and other than that, it's been like 2, 3 months with no issues at all on futures. How often do you take liquidity graph setups? I try not to take them too much because it's not my, I ain't gonna lie, it's not my strong side. I'm not the best at taking liquidity graph setups. I know the best thing that I do is trading supply and demand, and that's what I try to focus on. But sometimes, like if there's a week that it's been like 3 days already with no setups or nothing is holding, I try to switch it up a little bit and take a liquidity graph. But if we have like just because I lost yesterday on demand and then I won 2 days ago, it doesn't mean that today, oh shit, 1 and 1, we gotta take a liquidity graph. No, I'm going to take a supply and demand setup if there is a setup. That's what I like to take, supply and demand, definitely, over anything else. Can you please suggest a platform where I can learn the basics? YouTube. Definitely YouTube. That's the best platform, man. I love YouTube. Like you have so much information on YouTube, you just gotta look for it. Gotta look for it. And if you want to start like with something and trade supply and demand, I mean, you don't have to trade supply and demand. You can trade any strategy that you want. There's many strategies that are good out there. But if you want to really learn supply and demand, start with Doyle's channel. Go to Doyle Exchange and you can watch his content. He's the one that taught me supply and demand. That's who I learned it from, and definitely good content right there for like beginners and everything. My content is more like what I'm taking, and if you want to like after you watch the basics on how to take setups, how they work, how the strategy works, and everything, then you can come over here, and then you can watch the show that I'm doing the series, and that is going to show you how to think whenever you are in the trade, like what to do. How what are the signs to close the trade early because it's most likely not working. That's more like the technical aspect and the psychological aspect. But if you're talking about the strategy and learn the basics, definitely his channel is going to be like, for me, the golden one. For me, the golden one. Any other channel, they're going to teach you some basics, but they don't even use it because they don't even trade real money, to be honest. How old are you? I'm 20, about to turn 21 in October. So next month I'm turning 21 in party mode. I'm just playing, I'm just playing. But yeah, I'm 20 right now. Do you ever trade the lower time frames or do you find they don't respect the zones as well? The 1 minute I like to use it as confluence with my 5 minute, but I don't trade the 1 minute, like specifically the 1 minute. No, I don't trade it because yes, it doesn't get respected that well. um and it's too fast for me as well. I feel like the 5 minutes is like the perfect time frame for me. It depends on what you like. If you like something super fast, try the 1 minute. If you like something more passive, maybe go to the 15 minute, 1 hour. But for me, I feel like the middle point is the 5 minute where I enjoy trading the 5 minute. And then I use the 1 minute as confluence in my direction whenever I'm taking my trade and to see what's going on. But I don't trade just specifically the 1 minute. Elaborate on the forex problem, bro. Please, we want to avoid what you've been through. Just prop firms going down, like prop firms closing and then MT4. Many brokers couldn't use MT4, then they moved away from MT4, and MT4 is the platform that I was using the whole time that I was trading forex. So that's the one that I liked. I wasn't willing to go to a new platform or either one created by them or anything like that. I wasn't willing to do that change. If I'm going to do that change, then might as well just change to something else with less bullshit. So yeah, definitely pro firms going down. Pro firms like with a lot of bullshit like Rocker 21, my forex funds going down, everything like that. And then the brokers moving away from NT4 regulation in USA, all that bullshit. I just prefer to go to regulation, like regulated brokers, like futures brokers. Then you stay away on unregulated brokers in forex, and they can play with my money. Or I'm going to a platform that I don't even know. I used to like MT4. I'm not going to like any trade locker or any shit like that. Or like Hanko Trade. Like Hanko Trade is the broker that I used to trade with when I was trading forex. They created Henko X, which now you take the trades on Henko X. So now they have control over your money everywhere. Like they control your money on the broker and they control your money on your trading account because everything is owned by them. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's like fucking monopoly. I don't like that. So all that bullshit and it's unregulated. So unregulated you have more risk and everything like that. So I just prefer to walk away and come walk away and come to futures. Can you please explain if the demand zone at 4:10 a.m. on USD JPY is valid? All right, USD JPY 4:10 a.m. You said 4:10 a.m. It is valid. It is valid. The only problem with this is same thing that we have with Nasdaq. We had too many back-to-back setups like for demand on USD JPY. So sometimes when you have this, the top one is going to be like a 50-50 because it can hold and win, but it can give you a fake out. It can give you a fake out and then come for that pullback that is needed. Look how big this push was. You eventually need a pullback. So you're running that risk over here, but it can still win. But it's like a 50-50. It's not like a high probability, but it can still win as well. So in this case, it was a winning setup, but it's still valid. It's still a high probability demand. It still has that gap that we look for right here. So as long as it has that, it's still a valid supply and demand. It also had a break of structure. So yeah, still a good setup. Nothing super bad with the setup. The only problem is we're high. That's the only issue. But if you're fine with that risk, hey, you take it. Hey, look at that. 1-to-1 got hit. I think right here the 1-to-1 got hit on that bullish candle, and it was a nice setup to the upside. Like look at that 1 to almost 6. We don't have any 50-minute confluence or anything like that, but we only had like the 50-minute 13 EMA holding right there, which it can be a good sign as well. Nothing bad with that. So yeah, not a bad setup. Not a bad setup. Only problem is we're high. That's the only issue. Bro, what do you think about trend line traders? Man, I'm a pass on that one. I'm a pass on that one. Like, what do you do the whole day after morning trades? After morning, I work. I work. I still work. I still work. I take the trade on my phone and I keep working the rest of the day. Do you ever take a small time frame? The good thing that I have is my job. Thanks God, man. I really appreciate them. Like they're not on top of you or anything like that. So I got my own office. I'm sitting on my computer. I can trade on my phone, and then I use as long as I do my job. At the end of the day, it's still all good. So I just work for the end of the day, and everything is fine. Sometimes I miss trades because of that. Sometimes like I have a meeting or I have something popped up or something like that, and I like I have to pay attention to that, but and then miss up the trade. But it is part of life. Do you ever take a small time frame entry of a larger zone, or is it always the same time frame? Um, no, like the only thing that I might use is like a 50-minute supply, or for example, a 50-minute supply, but I still need to see my 5-minute supply. My entry has to be on the 5 minute. That's the time frame that I trade. So I'm not taking any entry based on the 50-minute or the 1 hour or anything like that. I'm just taking an entry based on the 5 minute. That's it. So for me to take an entry on the 5 minute, I need to see a 5 minute demand or supply. So that's it. What confluence are you looking for on the 1 minute? I'm trying to see like if I'm taking a demand, I'm trying to see if we're having break of structures to the upside on the 1 minute, for example, breaking highs, and if we also have demands on the 1 minute that are being respected, and if we also have the EMAs lining up on the 1 minute as well and aiming on the direction that I'm taking the trade to. So those are the kind of confluences that I'm looking at. How do you trade GBP USD on futures? You guys see because I think I forgot what was the pair, but there is a pair and then you can trade on futures. I think see I don't remember. I think it was maybe 6B 6 6B. Yeah. Yeah, right here. 6B1. That's the futures pair for GBP USD if you want to trade it. And I ain't gonna lie, like if you trade Forex right now, this demand is not looking bad. If you trade Forex, this demand is not looking bad. Not. Do we have a 15 minute? We don't have a 15 minute. That's the only bad part. Do we have a 1 hour? Nothing. 4 hour. Mm. We are sitting at a 4 hour demand on GBP USD. 4 hour demand coming off a 1 hour demand right here as well. So that 5 minute, if you trade Forex, that 5 minute demand on, we don't have a 15 minute, but hey, we broke highs right here, and it's not looking bad. If I'm being honest, that 5 minutes is not looking bad. If we come back down here, can reject the EMAs and then start pushing up, it's not looking that bad. If I'm being honest, but I don't trade Forex anymore, so it's all up to you. US 30, we broke structure. We break structure on US 30. Now I'm really trying to see if US 30 can break like some of these highs. Maybe like if we break these highs just with that one, I'm already good. But this high is not, it's not a clear one. Let's see. I'm going to wait until the New York Stock Exchange open with you guys over here. It's in about 21 minutes. So let's see what it does. If we get some volume on the New York Stock Exchange opening, I can give you like a trade setup or something. But if we don't get anything like by 9:45, I have to walk away because I have an appointment to create the LLC that I was talking about earlier. Do you not think FTMO is okay to use as a prop firm though? They're big, yes. FTMO is the only good one that you can use on Forex. Yes, for sure. But then FTMO, how I'm in the US, I cannot use them. Like I will get into the account and they will say like they don't support my region or something like that, and I couldn't make it do a challenge or anything with them. So I was fucked everywhere. So I had to move to futures. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what the U.S. is trying to do. They're trying to move you to regulated stuff that they can control. They don't want to see you on unregulated brokers or anything like that. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to fuck everything up so that you have no option than move to regulated. Buenos dias, bro. Buenos dias. 6, yeah, load, yeah, something 6, yeah. What EMAs do you use? I want to add them to the chart to trade futures. I think if you go to indicators and you put 3MA, it's this one. Yeah, it's that one, the first one. So you put the first one as the 13, and then you change it to EMA. Then the second one you put at 50, leave it at SMA. The third one 200, leave it like that, and put it EMA. And then the colors you do whatever you like. I like to do blue, red, and white. That's what I like to do. That's it. As simple as that. It only takes like 10 seconds. If we break 24.97 on gold, is it valid to look for sell? 24.97, yes, it's valid to look for sells. If we break gold like these lows right here, it's valid to look for sells. If let's say we leave a supply and then we break, we come through, we already have the EMAs are already lining up with us, so it can be valid for a sell. Yes. Bro, do you play mobile PC games? Yes, PC games sometimes. Like with my friends or stuff, I play Apex sometimes. And then I used to play, or sometimes I still do, like League of Legends, but not that often. Not that often. The one that I play most often is Apex. You still have fun whenever I have like my friends playing and shit like that. But it depends. It's just when I have free time. Like I ain't going out of my way to play games. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have all this stuff to do, like go out and shit like that, I just go out. I don't stay and play the games. Sometimes there are days where I just stay and play games because that's what I want to do. I want to like stay home, just rest for the day or whatever, and that's what I do. But sometimes I want to go out, or there's like a beach day or something like that. I go to the beach. Like I don't stay like playing Apex and miss the beach. But yeah, definitely leave a like, guys. I will appreciate if you guys can leave a like. It's free. I'm doing this stuff for you guys, so definitely if you guys can do that for me, please, I really appreciate it. Leaving a like, you guys. I don't know if you guys know it, but it pushes the algorithm so more people can see the live stream. I also took away the ads, so you guys don't have any ads while watching the live stream. I don't want to make any money off you guys watching me and then you guys getting interrupted by the ads or anything like that. So I took it off for you guys as well. So yes, sir. Is a New York Stock Exchange closed for Labor Day? I think they are closed for Labor Day. Yes, but sometimes like at 9:30 we get some volume. And even the Nasdaq and everything, I think at 1:30 p.m. they stop trading. But yeah, the New York Stock Exchange opens. I mean the New York Stock Exchange should be closed today, but we might get some volume at 9:30. That's what I'm waiting for. Futures is so much better though. Yeah, I feel like futures is way cleaner. It's clean. It's clean. I don't like Forex is so much bullshit, and I like futures a lot. And this is what I'm saying. Like, you guys gotta watch out. The other day I was talking about it. Like, you guys gotta watch out. There are traders out there that they're just trying to sell you a course, and they're showing you these trades and this money and this trade that I just made money, and they manipulate their own brokers. Like, if you guys don't know it, MT4, you can create servers and everything, and fake withdrawals. You can fake trades. You can fake losses. You can fake everything on MT4. So you guys gotta watch out because I'm seeing some traders out there that they're doing challenges and this and that, like big YouTubers, and supposedly they're making money, and then when they lose, they don't lose a lot, or they blame it on the broker on this and that. They're they're controlling everything. They control everything on their MT4. They create their losses. They create everything. If you guys gotta watch out with that. And the other thing is, many of the forex brokers they moved away from MT4. They cannot use MT4 because of US. You know, they cannot use it. They had to move to new platforms. And you guys see traders that are doing these type of challenges or whatever, and they're still using MT4. How are you still using MT4? You're in the US. You're not in Dubai. If you was in Dubai, yes, but you're in the US. How are you using forex brokers with MT4? Because you cannot move away from them. If you move away and you go to another platform, you cannot do the same thing that you do on MT4. Fake the withdrawals, fake the trades, make it like seem like you only lost this amount when in reality you was losing another amount. Like let's say I have my stop loss over here, and then my entry was right here. The price went all the way over here, and then it started coming back down and hit my stop loss. Next day, I'm going to come and instead of telling you guys, oh, my stop loss got hit, I lost 10K, I'm going to fake it like, oh, I closed a break even. I ended up making $1,000 because then I saw this low being broken, this and that, fake it, and then I use changed it on the MT4, and I was able to make it like a 2K win, a 1K win, like if I took a break even, and not show you that I took a full hit. When in reality, I took a full hit. You guys gotta watch out with that, especially new people. All right, don't fall for the fake stuff. Show how you enter trades at a certain point. If you guys want to know like my interests and everything like that, you guys can go to the videos. I have like 23 episodes, I believe it is, on my YouTube that you guys can watch. On where I take my entries, where I place the stop loss. I explain everything right there. Hopefully, if we get today something, I can trade live. I'm willing to trade live. Let's see, because Nasdaq looks like it wants to break highs, and on Nasdaq we do have a demand right here. So let's see if Nas can give me like a clean break of structure above these highs, and then if it does give a clean break of structure above those highs, maybe this demand can be something that we can take. And it also, if this can push up, and then have a break of structure, this will also have a 50-minute um confluence. So let's see what it wants to do, and let's wait until like 9:30, 30 minutes to see if we get volume or if we don't get volume. So I'm willing to take my secondary account and trade it if you guys if we get a clean setup, But if we don't get a clean setup, I am forcing anything. Do you trade pre-New York session? Yes. I trade sometimes like between 7:30 and then I trade between 7:30 and 11 a.m. So yeah, 7:30 to like 9:30 is pre-New York Stock Exchange, and New York session like that for Forex starts at 8 a.m. So yes, 7:30 I'm trading. So I do trade pre-New York. What I like best about futures is that you don't have to worry about your capital and trading conditions as much as CFD brokers, for sure. Like I'm pretty sure I don't have to be worrying about like, oh, if the broker going to scam me out, or they're not going to send me my withdrawal. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So that's the type of things that I'm fine with being regulated as long as I have that confirmation on my head. I don't have to be worrying about all that bullshit that Forex has. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Um, are you posting the live? Yes, it will be recorded. What do you think about Carlos FX? I don't really know, man. I don't really know who Carlos FX is. I think I have seen, if I remember, I have seen like 2 videos of him. Can it be like a guy that comes with a hat or something like that, and then he talks about all the traders signals group or something like that, like Mamba FX maybe or something like that. Like he talks about all the traders. I don't really know, but I think I have an idea of who he is. I think I have seen his videos recommended on my YouTube, and I think I have watched like a couple of them. But I can't really give you an opinion because I'm not even sure if that's the guy that I'm talking about. I don't know it by the name, but I feel like I saw a Carlos or something on the videos. Will you do a MAM and trade your viewers' money? I don't know what an MAM is. Show how you prepare to enter a trade. Where you click? Where I click? Okay. Make sure that I don't have this instant. No. Okay. So where I click, I don't have it in instant place orders. You can have it in instant. I don't like to have it in instant because I like to manage it. Okay, give me 1 second. I can log in. Let me, because I don't want to show the credentials. So let's go to the podcast. I'm not signed in on TradoBait. All right, all right, we're good now. That was quick. I didn't even have to put the password. It was already saved. But anyways, when I'm on Nasdaq, for example, let me make sure. Okay, no instant order prices. So let's say I have. Let me take an example on a trade that we might have taken before. So if we're trading SPX, I have the things in my head. You guys can learn it. You guys can look it up. However you want. I know SP. I do it by the dollar. I do it by the dollar. So I know SPX is $50 every dollar. Every dollar movement on the price is $50 on futures. So let's go to Thursday right here on SPX. Every dollar is $50 on futures. Nasdaq, every dollar is $20 on futures. US 30, every dollar is $5 on futures. So that's like a point. Those points are $5 on US 30, $20 on Nasdaq, $50 on SPX. And then on gold, every dollar is $100. So I know it by a fact. All right. So whenever I'm trading, let's say I'm taking this 5 minute setup. I'm looking at it right here. I'm waiting for my tap. Whenever it tap, I'm like, okay, we just got to tap. If the next candle can break that high, I'm going to get in. How many dollars do we have? We have 628 to 642.25. Let's say 642. Let's leave it at a break even right there. So 642, I do the math on my phone, right? 642 minus 628, that's 14 points. So 14 points that you have, I know every dollar, that's $14 right there. Every dollar is $50 on SPX. I'm going to do it times 50, that's going to be 700. All right, I'm going to be risking one contract because I like to risk anywhere from 500 to 600. So whenever you do 500 to 600, um it's just 1% of my account, of the 50K account. All right, so if I'm doing 500 to 600 and one contract is going to be $700 loss. If it hits my stop loss, I'm just going to do one contract. Let's say if this number was by any chance 300, that means that one contract that I put on this trade with an entry right here and stop loss right here, if it hits the stop loss, I'm going to lose 300. So I'm most likely I'm going to put two contracts because I'm willing to lose 600. That's fine with me. So I put two contracts and the entry right there. Then the next candle goes up, never gives the break of the candle, so I adjusted a little bit. Now it's right here. It's 641 to 628. I know it was 700 with 642 on 14 points. With 13 points, it's going to be 650. I'm still fine. I'm still in my range, so I'm still taking one contract. But I'm just adjusting my stop loss, and my TP now is a little bit lower for a one-to-one. Then I enter right there with my one contract, and then I just wait for my TP to be hit and close my trade. That's it. That's literally how I do it. And beforehand, I might also like come, like let's say, I might like put it right there, the units before taking the trade, and then sometimes if I'm getting ready to enter the trade, I put instant order placements. So when I get that break of the candle, I just click and it gets me into the trade. But then I like to take it out because I don't know if I misclick something while looking at the charts. I misclick like the buy button on my phone or something like that, and then enter a trade by mistake, which has happened to me before, and I don't like it. Yes, that's something I shouldn't have entered. All right, Nasdaq does have a supply and demand. Nasdaq does have a demand. 5 minute demand with 15 minute if we close that 930 candle bullish, and we do have a break of structure. Let's see if Nasdaq can come all the way back down here. I'm gonna leave a alert right there just in case. I got to go back to work. Are you gonna keep the live posted after then? Yes, sir, for sure. Yeah, he trades supply and demand and learn from Doyle. It's Doyle student. Who are you guys? You posting the live? What do you think about? Oh, Carlos. It's a Doyle student. He trades supply and demand and learned from Doyle. Okay. I see. Yeah, he came from Doyle. He learned from Doyle. He used to support and resistance combined with supply and demand. I personally believe Carlos as well. Not only did he learn from Doyle, but I watched where he came from and he puts God first. That's huge. Nah, he never traded live. I don't care if he trades live. Somebody doesn't have to trade live to know what the fuck to do. Alright, I see you guys going off in the chat. NQ going up. Yeah, I'm watching Nasdaq. I'm watching Nasdaq right now. Are you gonna trade live? If we get this setup and it gets respected, maybe. The only thing I don't like about this setup is that we kind of high, and then at the end of the day, we don't have any EMAs right there holding for that support. But we do have a clean, not a clean. I wouldn't say clean because this is in case for those of you that were asking what a liquidity graph can look like. This is something like a liquidity graph can look like. This this is what I call a break of structure, but not a clean break of structure. If you want a clean break of structure, you want a candle closure above the previous highs. That is going to confirm 100% that it is a break of structure. But a B, C type break of structure, whenever you have like a wick above it, we did create a new higher high, but we never close above it. You see how the candle didn't close above it, even though we've reached the price all the way over here. That's not a as clean as a break of structure as if we will have had a candle closure above it. If you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah, like a liquidity graph. This is what you would call the liquidity graph. The only problem with this liquidity graph is that it is counter trend. So the EMAs are at the downside. We are trading bullish for Nasdaq. So it's a counter trend liquidity graph, and that's not something I really like to take. But yeah, it can be a setup right there. Let's see if we will have hit. You aim for a one-to-one, and your one-to-one is like filling up that gap right there to hit that demand. So it can be a good target for a liquidity graph. Also, I'm pretty sure he has traded live. Are you gonna trade live? Bro, it is liquidity graph and Q going down, bro. This is trade. What about stop loss? Bro, talk more about instant trade. What about stop loss and exit trade? I need skills entering trades precisely. You just enter the trade whenever you get a candle break, and you put your your stop loss below the lowest point on the demand or above the highest point on the supply, and then your TP is a one-to-one. Like let's say you're taking oh, also this was another clean liquidity graph. You have this low right here. This low right here was broken, never closed past that low, gave a candle break, went to the upside. That's a clean liquidity graph, and guess what? You're going with the trend as well. All right, that's what I like to see. But in this case, that liquidity graph that we're looking at right now is counter trend. You're not going with the trend. Look where the EMAs are at. You need EMAs to be broken, at least the 13 to go to your favor. So yeah. I also want to see what happens in 2 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna get volume or we're not going to get volume. But yeah, like if you take a supply and demand trade, like see like any trade. Okay, right here, for example. You take this trade right here, break of the candle. As soon as it breaks the candle, you don't need to wait for the closure. You just take the trade as soon as it breaks. You put your stop loss below the stop loss is the first thing that you're going to put because based on your stop loss is where your TP is going to go. So you put your stop loss below the lowest point right there in that wick right there. You put the stop loss right there, and then your target is going to be a one-to-one from that wick right there, from your entry point stop loss, and then a one-to-one to the upside, and that's your first target. If you want to leave runners, try to aim for a 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2, whatever you want, but always first target 1-to-1. And it looks like that Nasdaq demand, I mean, liquidity graph is going to win. Let's see. Let's see how the. I definitely didn't like how the 15-minute closed because I would have liked the 15-minute to, um, like break above it and leave that demand for 9:30 candle to come after that. But that's fine. Let's see what happens in 30 seconds on 9:30 a.m. Gold might break. Let's see what gold. Oh shit! I actually like gold more if I'm being honest. If gold can break this low, I would like that supply more than Nasdaq. because gold is clear on the trend. Let me see. We have a break of highs over here, but if we break those lows, I would like gold more. Let's see what SPX is doing. SPX, nothing. Oil, nothing on oil. US 30. All right, let's see. Let's see what Nasdaq is about to do. Will you not consider liquidity graph as an invalidation of a zone? What you mean? I don't know what you mean. Like a liquidity graph, consider an invalidation of a zone. I don't really get that question. Can you put a 1.5 contracts on a trade? Nope. You can only put one, two, three, four, five, like that many contracts. So if you put one contract and you risk $400, let's say, and your max that you're willing to risk is $500, and in one contract you risk 300, for example, if you put two, you're going to risk 600. So make sure that you know that you're not going to be losing just 500. No, I mean we'll take a trade, so we can trade two. If the setup is presented, yeah, we can take a trade. I'll take it on my secondary account. I will not take it on my main account just because it's a bank holiday. So yeah, you gotta understand trading is 80% waiting plus it is a US holiday for sure. Yeah, most of the time that I'm trading behind the shorts, I'm just waiting for a setup than just actually taking a setup. I don't like gold like this. I want to see a break of structure first before tapping that supply. Well, let's see what it wants to do. If you, for those of you that were taking, that were willing to take the Nasdaq liquidity graph counter trend, is at an entry point right there. So you could enter right there if you guys like that setup. Me personally, I don't like the setup just because we're looking bullish. We're looking bullish on Nasdaq, and that will be a counter trend liquidity graph. And look at this. After you have that liquidity graph that you guys were saying, like the counter trend liquidity graph, breaking highs right here is not ideal. Not ideal. So that breaking highs right there is definitely not a good sign if you're in the liquidity graph. And this push to the upside, like you're hoping right now. But this is what I was telling you guys. You take a liquidity graph, you look at this. This is still a break of structure, guys. This is still a break of structure, and you're going against the trend. Like look how the 13 EMA is literally holding right there. 13 EMA is holding. For this liquidity graph to win, you need that 13 to break. If you can get like the next candle to start pushing back down and break right here, that will be a good sign. But if you don't get that and it keeps holding, it's going with the trend. The trend is upside as of right now. So yeah, but definitely not a good sign. Like if you breaking that high right there is not a good sign. It's not something that I would like to see if I was in that trade. Not necessarily mean that I will close, but I wouldn't like to see that. If grab wave breaks the supply zone, does that invalidate it? I get what he's saying. Like if the liquidity graph wick breaks the supply zone, does that invalidate it? Yes, yes, it does. If you have, let's say, right here, a demand, you know how this wick below it, it didn't close below the demand, it's still invalidated. As soon as the price touches the bottom of the box right there, it's invalid. As soon as it touches, I don't need it to close outside the box or anything like that, you know. Like as soon as it touches the price right there, that's already invalid for me. Same thing with the supply. If you have the supply, let's say this was a supply, not a demand. Let's say that was a supply. Price comes, taps right here, ends up closing the candle right here. That's still invalid for me. So yeah, it does apply like that. And if you have, why my NQ symbol different than yours? Because I'm watching Nasdaq 100. This is NQ. I was watching NAS right now. I like to watch NAS for the setups, not NQ. If you have a demand zone and then we invalidate the zone by wicking through it, which is now maybe considered a liquidity graph. The only problem is for it to be considered a liquidity graph, you need a low. You need a low. You can only do liquidity graphs if you wick below a low or if you wick above a high. Like this one right here, we wick below it, but that's not a low. That's just a candle in the middle. That's just a demand candle right there. That's not a major low. Like if you want a liquidity graph, you need something like this on a major low, not on a candle, you know. So sometimes that will not apply for any demand and supply setup, you know. To me personally, for this liquidity graph in the zone, I will take it still. But then understand that you're taking it like maybe as a liquidity graph, not taking it as a supply and demand, because supply and demand became invalid already. Gold invalid. Let's see what gold is on. Yeah, gold starting to push to the upside. I don't like gold, man. Gold has been like consolidating. Let's see US 30 coming down. SPX. Now SPX, for example, if you're looking at a liquidity graph, you will want SPX to not close past this low. Like if it doesn't close past that low, that can be a clear liquidity graph on SPX. You know, if it doesn't close, now it's already weak below it, so it's already like did the stop hunt, and now if it goes to the upside and gives candle breaks, that will be a clean liquidity graph going with the trend. If NAS breaks the high, do you take the new demand or the demand you've been waiting for? If NAS creates a new demand, then we have to see which one gets a reaction. But I feel like it's going to tap this one. Let's see. If the song is valid, will you ever trade? What broker you use for futures? I use a prop firm. I use Apex Trader, and they use TradoBase, so that's a broker that I use or the platform. Now the same setup use explain as invalid. Will you consider? I said nope, nope. I wouldn't consider this as a liquidity graph. Nope. Gold pushing up. Yeah, gold pushing up. But the only thing for gold is I need to break this for me to even consider a demand on gold. Oil on nothing. SPX is looking like a liquidity graph. I ain't gonna lie. If SPX, you gotta see for liquidity graphs, you do have to wait for candle closure. Like you do have to wait for this candle to close, showing you that it's not going past that level. And then Nasdaq is following SPX, of course. Let's see. I'm going to close that because people is gonna get confused thinking that I'm on that trade and I'm not on that trade. So I understand now, bro. Lol. Thanks a lot for your explanation. No problem. Why I don't see NAS 100 on my trading view? Mm, you only put NAS right here, and then it's going to be FXCM. FXCM, NAS 100. Look if you're placing all right here instead of futures. Sometimes if you're in futures, you will not see it. You will only see NQ. So make sure you're in the all tab right here, and then after you're in all, you will see any pair that you look on any brokers, FXCM, anything, you know, NQ, whatever. I feel like SPX is going to be a clean setup, man. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't feel a liquidity graph today. For a liquidity graph, you also need volume, guys. And today's bank holiday, so I don't feel like taking a liquidity graph today. I am not taking a liquidity graph. But if you guys were to take a liquidity graph, this will be a clean setup if we get a break of candle, of course. We still haven't gotten an entry. We still need like a minute or so or more. And this is an example of not a good liquidity graph because that's a counter trend. You're going against the trend, all right? But this one, you're going with the trend. SPX, like, are you trying to break like this high and give the break of the candle off the rip? Like, fuck. And also, like, if this was the setup right there, I wouldn't take it neither, just because the stop loss is huge on SPX. Well, not huge. It's a 644 to 647. No, never mind, never mind. It's not that big. But let's see if you get that. Let's see if we get that. And let's see it live. Let's see it live. I'm not going to take it, but let's see it live. The only way I will take a setup today if it was a supply and demand setup, a clean one. Oil on nothing, US 30 on nothing. How do you trade AUD USD on futures? I don't know if they have a pair on futures. I'm sorry. Why you want to break that high on gold and not 2503? Not 2503. Okay, 2503 because the main highs on gold were this one, like this high right here, this high right here is not a main high. Like this high right here was the little one that created a new higher high. So if we're going to continue with the bullish run, I want to see that one breaking. I don't want to see this one breaking. Because if we're going to focus on minor levels of like minor highs and minor lows, yes, when we broke this high, then this is a new higher high now. So does it mean that we're taking a demand right here just because we create a new higher high? No, it went all the way back down here. So the main highs that you want to see is the major levels of structure. That's a clean break of structure. That's like a major break of structure what you're looking at. This is what I'm looking at right here. Major break of structure. Um, and the only reason why I'm putting this one as a major low that I want to see to break is because this one already consolidated, right? It created like an also now that I see it, gold is kind of created an inverted head and shoulders. I didn't see that before. But this one already created like you came back here, had a low, high, low, another high. So this low right here, if we break below it after it created a minor, this is a minor, this is not a major, a minor higher high. Now, if we disrespect this one, it most likely can come, and we also will have the EMAs right there in confluence. If it's kind of like if you're really looking for a clean setup on gold, you wait for a break of this low. But I cannot be waiting for a break of that low all the way down there. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I would definitely wait for a break of these highs because it's not that far from the price. This one is further away. By the time that we get down there, I can probably be taking a trade already from minor break of structures. This is a minor low. This is not a major low. The major low is right here. If I'm going to take a bullish, and especially because also gold, we broke structure over here, but we're still sitting below the EMAs on the 1 hour chart. So we're still kind of bearish. If I really want to see a gold demand and a push to the upside, I want to see a major break of structure. But if I'm going to take a short, as the trend on the 1 hour is a downside still because we're still sitting below the EMAs, it will be fine with me just with a minor break of structure, which is that low right there. As long as it leaves a clean supply around this area with the EMAs in confluence, I'll still take that. And Nasdaq will have been close to your stop loss. I know, like if you have taken that liquidity graph, you will be shitting your pants right now, to be honest. But yeah, SPX entry on liquidity graph will have been right there. I ain't gonna lie, this looks clean. If it was any other day, I probably would have taken a chance on SPX. This does look clean. It does look clean. This liquidity graph does look clean, guys. I like that candle that came from it. We're above the EMAs. Everything looks clean on SPX as of right now. Uh, just trying to understand what highs you use the most. Are you going to do live stream every day? Are we going you trading every day? I'm trading every day, but not live every day. I can't do a live stream every day. It's not possible for me. I started using your strategy, and my win rate from last week is 80% for NQ and ES. Good shit, brother. Good shit, man. Appreciate to see that, man. That's the type of shit that I like to see, man. For sure, for sure. Good shit. Good shit. And don't say my strategy. Give yourself some credit. Yeah, you're the one that put the work in, and you're the one taking the setup. So give yourself some credit for it. Talk about break of structures. Yeah. So you use more major ones. Yes, major ones. If you want your highest probability ones, you want to focus on break of structures on major lows and major highs for sure. And Nasdaq, you guys can see like counter trend is just not the move, man. Stop loss will have been hit right there. Counter trend is just not the move, man. Like, guys, you guys just saw it live. It went like even close to TP to then reverse and close and hit the stop loss. It is not the move. Like trading counter trend is not the move. I know you guys can see resistance. We wicked above it, rejection, yes, but one to one never got hit. It's not the move. You gotta go with the trend. You gotta go with the trend. Look how perfectly the 13 EMA held right there. You're going with the trend, you have a higher chance of your trade winning. You're taking counter trend setups, I swear to God, you're going to not have a very good win rate just by taking counter trend setups than if you take setups with the trend. You're going to have way better win rate with the going with the trend than going against the trend. All right, this one has a 15 minute and 5 minutes setup. And let's see SPX. Look at SPX. Remember I told you this one was looking clean, going with the trend, right? I like that candle right there, definitely good. So, yep, being a nice setup right there for you guys. If you guys was taking it, this is the setup that I would have taken today. Like trading liquidity graph, this is the setup I would have taken it. The only reason why I didn't take it is because it's a bank holiday and I'm not feeling a liquidity graph. I'm not forcing any like setup like that. But that's a clean setup right there. It's because I'm using TradleBay and I'm using a funded account with Take Profit Trader. Oh, okay, okay, I see. That's why you couldn't see it. Hey, bro, can you analyze GBP JPY? Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Got it. If NAS will keep pushing up and we have a gap, we use the demand on 19,580. Yes, yes. You're a skilled trader, appreciate it. Is 1-1 RR, is it enough? Yes, it is enough because if you have a 70% win rate like I was showing you guys, it is enough. And I'm not holding any trade for a 1-to-1, like not all the trades. Most of the trades, yes, but not all of them. Where I mark the demand from the opening body candle to the bottom of the wick, I feel like the demand will be more accurate. If that's the way you use it, man, go for it for sure. If that works for you, go for it, man. No need to say anything else. Go for it. Yeah, it's just the volume on the market today is kinda trash. I don't lie. It's kinda trash. This is the 15. That line right there is the 15-minute demand, and this is the 5-minute demand. UVP JPY. Okay, let me check. UVP JPY, we're kind of high right now. Like you wouldn't want to take a demand this high, but hey, it still has a demand. Do we have a 50-minute? Yeah, we don't have a 50-minute right there. So this demand can be like the good trade for GBP JPY. The only issue is we are high as fuck. I don't like that. We're fucking high. Like look at this. London pushed all the way up. Now New York pushing up as well. You gotta correct at some point. I'm pretty sure it has to correct at some point. So if you want to take a chance on there, you can take a chance on it. But like previously, we had the 13 EMA holding all the way, and now we are finally breaking below the 13. Unless it taps right here and ends up closing like right here, that would be a good sign. But other than that, we're super high. So maybe like a retest soon to the downside, like a pullback. That's what we're prime for, I would say. Let's see if Nasdaq wants to come to that demand right there. Does SPX have a demand too? Yes, it does have a demand. SPX broke these highs as well. 15-minute demand right there. Yeah, SPX is not looking bad neither. But like if you want to take a demand setup right there, especially like liquidity graph comes. Let's look at Nasdaq. Let me switch to my secondary account because I want to trade on the secondary account that I have, not on the main one for the challenge. I am touching that one today. This demand on NAS looks good because we have the 13 supporting price. Yeah, the 13 EMA is literally right there as well. I would prefer if it comes to that level and doesn't. You know what? Maybe we should take it in the challenge since we're doing since we're trading together and everything, and this is for the challenge account and everything. Maybe we should take it together. Like in this challenge account and fuck that shit. Oil is also on the range and it's rejecting, so. But I'm not feeling any support or anything today. Support any man. Support the resistance setup. So we broke these highs, so we're probably primed to go to those highs. I'm going to take it on the regular one. Fuck that. We're going to take it on the. I'm gonna just go light on risk. I'm gonna go light on risk. I'm not going to risk like the normal percentage that I use. Let's see if we get a tap. We need a tap first. We need a tap. We need a rejection. We need a break of candle. That's what we need. Do you trade full time? Not full time. Not full time. Soon. Let me see. Let me check all the stuff. Nothing on gold. Nothing on US 30 as of now. And then SPX. Nothing at all. Oil rejecting the support. Just like it's been doing. It's on the range right now. Let's see if we can get a tap. If we don't get a tap on this Nasdaq, then we finish the live stream for sure. Can you give us the Discord link? It says expired. It's on the description. Like the one that says daily signals, that's the Discord right there. I have to change the other one. I have to get on my YouTube channel and then change it because the Discord one that is on my channel, like attached to my channel, that's an old Discord that I had. Alright, let's see if we get a tap, man. Looks like the volume is super low today. Volume is super low today. It's 10 a.m. Not the best thing to see. Need to create another source of income to trade full time. Yeah, once I already have invested like some money from trading and stuff like that, once I invested some money, then I probably move to full time. But in the meantime, not yet. I still need to create like you said, all the sources of income for sure. All right, let's see if we can get this tap, man. Come on, Nas. Are you fucking? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, let me see something. NQ is already at demand. NQ is already a demand, but NAS is not a demand. I mean, this looks way cleaner, and I always look at NAS 100, not NQ, so I'm definitely not paying attention to NQ like that. I'm paying attention to what NAS 100 is tapping and breaking candle. Oil liquidity graph clean. Nope, that's not a liquidity graph, sir. Liquidity graph would have been if it wicked like below these lows right here. Below these lows. Let's say this wick was like here, then close above it, and then the next one starts pushing up the next candle. That would have been a liquidity graph. For a liquidity graph, you need the wick to you need the candle to literally wick below the lows, like stopping, hitting the stop losses that will be below this low, and then closing above it, not closing any candle below it, and then the next one giving you a break of candle. That's why you take your entry, and then that's the trade right there, like this one right here, for example. It wicked below that low right there, it wicked below it, and then never closed below it, never closed any candle below it, and gave you a candle break right there. That would have been like your liquidity graph right there, or a clean one. NQ has no FVE, so it's not as clean. Yes, it did have an FVE right here. That's still an FVE that we still need to fill. Look, that's an FVE still, or a gap. That's how I call it. If you we just got a tap on NAS 100, but we still have an FVE right there. But I'm fine, just because it tapped, I'm fine already. And even on NQ, you still have an FVE like from that candle to even this candle. If you zoom in, even right now, we still have one. Right. From here to like here, still on FVE. But now that we're inside the zone, I'm already like waiting for a break of candle. Only thing is this candle is huge and then you stop in the top. I'm gonna take on the secondary one, man. Not trusting it today. Don't wanna fuck up the challenge. Top down analysis. You're right, my bad. No, you good. Not stop. NQ. Alright, let's see, man. Let's see, man. In this case, we have 635 to 629. So, okay, let me see. 635.50 we can say to 629.50. That's a 6 times 20. That's 120. Let's put a 3. Let's risk like $300 today. I'm not going to risk anymore. And let me do something really quick. It's kind of tripping because the zone is huge and we haven't tapped into any EMA. So my problem with these zones like this, whenever we just tap the top of the zone and then we get a candle break, for example, you know what? I'm gonna take it on. I'm gonna leave Apex alone. So I'm good on this. I'm good on these accounts, and I'm gonna take it on my top step account instead. I'm gonna take it on my phone. I think that's what I'm going to do. NQ. Then I'm gonna put a. I said I was going to put what, like a 3. Yeah, this 3, and then I'm going to take that demand if it gives a break of the candle. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna take it on my top step account. I have it open right here. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. This is still a funded account. Like if you guys can see it on the top, it says you guys can probably read it, but it says Express. So it means like it's funded. It's a funded account. If you guys are funded with Top Step, it says Express whenever you're funded right there. Do you only focus on M5 time frame? Yes. Where's the Discord link? NQ fill FVG. Yes, FVG is filled. The Discord link is in the description. It's the first link on the description called Daily Signals. I like the reaction. I ain't gonna lie. If this can close above it, or if this candle can like react right here and give the candle break, that would be good. Now our stop loss is going to be from sorry, from 626.50 to 635.50. So that's 9 plus 20 times 3. Okay, now we're risking $500. That's fine. Let's see if we get the candle break. No candle break, no trade for sure. Let's check gold to see what gold is doing. Gold is on nothing. SPX. Just the volume is so low today, man. And to trade supply and demand, you really need volume. And there's like no volume today. So low. It's a bank holiday, so I get it, you know. So in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this trade, even though it's looking perfect, like break of structure, EMA right there, 5 minutes with 50 minute. Like you got a 50 minute literally right there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he even loses as well. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see, man. We're waiting. If this candle closes and nothing, no break of candle, then the new entry will be like right here. At that candle right there. Do we have any 1 minute inside? Oh, we do have a 1 minute, but all the way down here. Holy shit. See, maybe want to go over here. This is the type of stuff that I don't like to see whenever we're inside the demand, to be honest, or inside the zone. you don't like to see these huge candles, like literally disrespecting it, like there's no buying pressure, nothing at all. Like what the fuck? What are you on? This is not something that I would like to see. But again, this is why we take entry. The entry that we have is the candle break. I always wait for the candle break to enter because I know that if you're getting aggressive, guys, this kind of stuff can happen. And then when you're getting aggressive on the supply and demand, you're getting aggressive as soon as it rejects and you're putting your stop loss below the zone. But then stuff like this can happen where it literally just disrespects the zone. Maybe we still don't know, but it can literally disrespect the zone, and then you have saved yourself on a loss if you just waited for the candle break. Now this stop loss is going to be way bigger if we take this trade, way bigger if it doesn't get invalid, of course. 631, 632, let's say, to like 616. 16 times 20, that's 320. So now we gotta adjust this to a 2. NQ dropping. Okay, do you trade candle flips? Nope, I don't trade that. We're still waiting to see if this taps. This is looking invalid. This is looking like it's gonna get invalid. If this taps the bottom of the box right there, it will be invalid. If it taps the bottom of the box, as of right now, still in there. But if it taps the bottom of the box, that will be it. And SPX is inside the demand, but now this demand doesn't show us high probability. Earlier it was high probability. Now it doesn't show us high probability. But you see how earlier SPX? Oh, okay. Let me see. Because I have it off. Yeah, right there. I ain't gonna lie, man. NQ looking like it's gonna get invalid. Gold wanna push up, wanna push down now. Supply, no supply. Oil, nothing on oil. NQ. Oh, just went down more. I think I'm gonna call it a day, man. I think I'm gonna call it a day and then just walk away. Demand below, yeah, we do have a demand below as well. We do have a demand below. The problem with this demand right here is that, yeah, invalid. I think I'm gonna call it a day already. The problem with that demand right there is that now you're breaking a low. You're breaking this low which created a higher high. Now you gotta break this low to tap into that demand. But it can be the one that holds. I ain't gonna lie. But I think I'm gonna call it a day. I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't think I'm going to take this one. And if this one wants to work, you definitely want to see a tap and then a rejection and closing above this low right here. Like if you're doing a liquidity graph with a demand setup at the same time, that's what you really would like to see. But the, that's the problem with this one. Like now, to tap that demand, you're breaking a low right here. I don't like to see that too much. I think I'm gonna call it a day right here. I ain't gonna lie. It's a US bank holiday, so I'm not trying to force any setups, guys. I'm not trying to force any setups. Nas daily candle was bearish and has flipped bullish. There is a demand below with imbalance. Yes. Smart man, what do you do the whole day after trading? Usually like I'm working, but today I'm not working. So today I gotta go open an LLC that I'm opening with my accountant, and then I'm going to, yeah, right now I'm just going to go do that. It's 10 a.m. already. I have the appointment at 11. So I'm gonna go do that so I can save on money on taxes next year. I really need to focus on that. Don't sleep on your taxes, guys. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm about to do now, and then in lunch I go eat something, then enjoy my day depending on what I want to do after. Like if I want to go to the mall or something like that with my girlfriend or whatever. Let's see, whatever the day. I don't like to plan my days. I just do whatever I feel like doing, you know? That's the only thing I do. I even the weekends, I don't even plan the weekends. I just do whatever I feel like doing that day, and that's it. And go with the flow. But yeah, this is tough on SPX. Like, look at that. Like, literally so close to DP to then reverse. That's crazy. I wish we have had a setup today. I wanted to trade live with you guys. I ain't gonna lie. But at the end of the day, we ain't forcing any setups. You know, like, if you are having a setup, guys, today is a bank holiday. I was only going to take this setup because I wanted to trade with you guys, and I was going to take it on a secondary account. I'm not touching my main account today, and but even on the secondary account, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be throwing the money away. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting for my confirmation. I'm still waiting for everything. And if it invalidates, I'm getting off. Like I'm closing the shop. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta stay smart, stay disciplined, because if you don't, the market is going to make sure that you stay disciplined for sure. I respect your decision. Yes, sir. What's your routine? I already said it. As a trader, you have to trade when the market is at its best condition for sure. And today we have no volume at all, no bank. It's a bank's holiday, so definitely not the best day to be trading. Are you in college? No, I'm not in college. I didn't go to college. I feel like that's a waste of time. Discipline is key. Great job. Appreciate it. Or you dropped out. GG today. GG. Enjoy your day and keep it productive. Yep. So I'm trying to see. What's the next video that you guys want to see in the channel, guys? Put any recommendations right there. What's the next video that you guys would like to see? Like, I know we have done the best supply and demand scalping strategy for 2024. You know, we have done two parts of that. Other than the series, what's another type of video that you guys would like to see? If you guys can put it in the chat, and then you can vote on it. Like if I see many people saying the same thing, oh, this type of video, and then I see another guy, oh yeah, yeah, that type of video, another, I will maybe think about it. That's what I want to definitely see. I want to see what you guys want. At the end of the day, you're the guys, you're the ones watching the videos. So I want to do something that you guys will enjoy to watch. So if you guys can recommend something right there in the chat and vote on it or something, I would definitely appreciate that for sure. And look at this. This man is also looking like he's about to be invalid. I ain't gonna lie. Keep it productive. Why is the NQ on my phone couple candles behind? NQ? And even NQ, this demand on NQ is already invalid. If you guys can see it right there, it's already invalid. But not invalid on NAS 100. It's just not a good trade to... Not a good day to trade. For sure, not a good day to trade. And... Does this have in 1 minute? It does have in 1 minute right there. But like we just invalidated the 15 right there, this 15-minute demand. I don't know, man. Invalid this one as well. Look, invalid demand. When you see this type of days, one demand invalid, second demand invalid, SPX liquidity graph hit stop loss after being so close to TP. If you haven't taken any trade, man, call yourself the luckiest man alive, the luckiest woman alive, and fucking walk away from the market because nothing is holding. Bank holiday. You don't force a setup. You don't force a setup. You don't have to force a setup, man. You gotta live to see another day. You gotta live to be here tomorrow. You cannot be losing money today like an idiot when you see this type of stuff happening. You see that this demand got disrespected. This demand got disrespected. SPX so close to TP to then come to stop loss. Why are you even trading? Go and walk away. Go and do something else. Go enjoy your day doing something else. You know what I'm saying? And those people that want to be trading the whole day, like, bro, I don't get you. Like, I'm coming into trading to have financial freedom. What's the key word there? Freedom. Freedom. You don't want to be in your job, right? From 9 to 5. So why the hell are you on the charts 10 hours a day? Why the hell are you doing that? Just come to your trading zone. 3 hours, 4 hours are you trading in the morning. That's it. You get a setup, walk away, go enjoy your day. That's what you want. You want the freedom. That's why you came into trading. Why are you watching the charts at 3 p.m.? Why are you still trying to trade at 6 p.m.? Why are you trying to look at the charts at Asian session? Didn't you want freedom? You're attached to the charts. Are you a gambler? What are you doing? No, bro. Like, those people need to fix that. That as well. If you're one of those people, I'm sorry, but I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. If you want freedom, you ain't having freedom, man. You came to trading for that, and you ain't doing it. All right, let's see. Thank you for the stream. Yep, no problem. 50K payout video. Okay, I can do that. I have had like a couple people requesting that type of video to like record the payout. How to pass a challenge, giveaway, risk reward, more live trading, okay, risk management video, okay, I got two on risk management right there. Best time to take trades, journaling, swing trading, how to pass a challenge, okay, another one on how to pass a challenge, your live blog, okay, that's a nice one. How to avoid losses or make it shorter, okay. Very informative live stream, brother. Thank you for your time and educational content. Yep, appreciate it, man. No problem, no problem at all. Risk management to pass 25K account and 50K account. So I see like many of you guys are talking about like risk management and how to pass an account, how to backtest your strategy. Okay, I see that one. Okay, so I feel like the one that I see the most is risk management and how to pass a funded account, how to pass a challenge. So I feel like the next video should be the risk management to pass a funded account. How what risk management to use, how to how to trade on a challenge so you guys can pass it. Okay. I think that's the best idea that I got from you guys over here. Okay, risk management to pass a challenge. Okay, to pass a challenge. Okay, I like that one. How to backtest your strategy, how to cut losses short. Okay, I got how to cut losses short twice as well. So that can be another video for like the next time as well. Okay, I have it in mind for you guys. How to cut losses short. I have it in mind for you guys. I definitely feel like that one is a good one because you want to keep your losers like small and then you want to keep your winners big. So I'll leave it like that. So I'll end the live stream right here, guys. I appreciate every single one of you passing by. Again, if you want to join the Discord, the link is the first one in the description. As always, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. I'll be doing that video later. Later today or later this week about risk management to pass a challenge account, and I'll teach you guys whatever I know and how I do it. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of you showing support and passing by. Go enjoy your day, man. It's not the best trading day to be in the market, so definitely don't force anything. And yeah, that is it for today. I love you all as always. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.